I think the ratio of 1 to 10 is about 3% of the quality assurance or the standard of the education in Nigeria. There's nobody that will say the soup that the mother prepared that is not good. But it is the process of preparing that food, which is the quality. When you look at the allocation, the money that is earmarked for education, you will find out that we are not doing well. It will affect the standard.
By UNESCO's standard, 25% of every country's budget should be allocated to education. If that is done with judicious use of the fund, almost every other sector will fall in line. Education quality assurance involves processes and practices that ensure that educational standards are met, a lifelong process which commences from the early childhood period in Nigeria's formal education sector, spanning through secondary and tertiary education levels. Quality assurance plays a crucial role in maintaining the effectiveness of the education system, which is highly diversified to cover all areas of human development from early childhood, primary, tertiary, and even adult education. This implies that it is a huge capital and human investment both for the government and private sector.
A stakeholders meeting to validate the document on the minimum standards for senior secondary education in this country. That document has been validated. After the NC has given final approval, then it will be mandatory that the minimum standards for senior secondary education in Nigeria will be implemented fully. Of course, you cannot talk about quality without having quality teachers, without having a functional curriculum, training, without a capacity building of teachers, even the environment. By this, we're talking about infrastructure, adequate provision of facilities. Now, all these are captured in the proposed minimum standards.
When people invest in a project, they rightfully demand for accountability for their investments. Education players in the country are interested in quality education system that will result in all-round development of the child.
Nigerian universities produce the best students. It is the people that are in primary school that go to secondary and end up in the university. And when they go out of the country, they still come out the best. You might end up spending 6 or 7 years before you finish a 4-year course. It's a disadvantage. But the day you graduate and begin to work, it is what you do after your graduation that matters, not even what you pass through in the university. Because what you are talking about is the problem of the education or the standard. It is what you become.
It is recommended, among other things, that teachers should be given regular training on the usage of various assessment tools, including ICT tools, make assessment tasks age-friendly, and also provide effective feedback to both students and parents.
Are we ready to get these things done? We have the resources, we have the human capital development, we have the fund. It's not about graduating. What is the product? What is the standard? What is the quality assurance? What do we have on ground to ensure that by the time you beat your chest and say, yes, I passed through this process, I recommend my children to go through.
Education becomes qualitative when its processes expose the students properly and efficiently to knowledge, skills, and character adjustments which are applied in meeting the demands of everyday challenges.
Nigerian quality education is low because we are missing the points. First is the funding, 2 is the program. We are more concerned with the certificates than the individual development.
Quality education is not just education for all, but giving opportunity for all children to realize their maximum potential. In Nigeria, there are several quality assurance agencies that monitor and assure quality at different levels. And the question is, have all these bodies been able to live up to expectations?
So the education is there, but the quality the standard of that education is no longer there, and that is why you see even graduates, for instance, cannot even be able to write formal letter, and these are people who have gone through the 4 walls of school, and then who is then to be blamed? So if the education is there and then the standard of education is not reflecting in that education that is there, at the end of the day it is tantamount to not even having the education at all.
The public is of the view that even if government's quality assurance works in some aspects, more still need to be done in the nation's quest